Welcome to this week's video. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Balatro. By definition, a roguelike is a video game that shares gameplay features with the hit 1980 game Rogue. The roguelike genre is made up of games that have random level generation, character progression, and permadeath. So, by definition, and because the devs say so, Balatro is a poker roguelike. This week I'm exploring why Balatro, and by some loose extension, roguelikes, are so addictive. First, I will start with the characteristics I mentioned before. Balatro's random level generation is rather simple. Each ante, or level, has 3 blinds, or stages. In each blind, there's a target amount of chips you need to exceed to advance. The last blind of the ante is the boss blind, which is where most of the random generation is for Balatro. After completing a blind, you are able to purchase various items in the shop such as jokers, planets, tarot cards, vouchers, and open card packs for a wider selection. This functions as the character's progression for Balatro. And finally, permadeath. There isn't much explanation needed here. If you fail to defeat a blind, you start over with no saved progression. One could argue that Balatro is actually a roguelite due to the fact that there is a semblance of meta progression in the form of unlocking different decks, which have different innate abilities, but it's neither here nor there. So why is Balatro so addicting? Is it because of the basic elements of a roguelike, or is it because it resembles gambling? Is it both? I can't provide you any scientific data, but I can ramble and tell you why my friends and I love it. The first topic I want to talk about is the replayability of Balatro and roguelikes in general. It's definitely a factor into its addictiveness. The gameplay cycle of Balatro makes it very easy to lose yourself for hours upon hours. You have a run that is feeling great and all of a sudden you get RNG'd a boss blind that thwarts your entire build. You're immediately hit with a screen that invites you to start a new run and you cannot refrain from clicking on it so you can get the rush of dopamine from finally beating the 8th ante. Second thing I want to talk about are the seeded runs. When you complete a game, there's an option to copy a seed code. This seed code will allow you to replay a run. It is difficult for computers to do random things, so there's a complex code that makes all of the little details appear random. These procedurally generated algorithms are stored as a string of numbers and letters that can reproduce the order of boss blinds, jokers, and cards in shop packs. These seeds can be put into any Balatro's player's game when starting a new run to replicate the situations that arose in your run. I personally have yet to dive too deep into the seed aspect of the game, but it is something that is exciting for me to get into for the future and share with my friends. The third thing is the imagery of the playing cards. I feel like they might scratch an itch for those already addicted to games like solitaire and poker. When Balatro released, the game's original PEGI rating was upped from 3+ to 18+ due to the prominent gambling imagery. The developer, Local Funk, appealed this ruling, and a year later, a compromise was made and the rating was lowered to 12+. Gambling is a big problem when it becomes an addiction, but the gambling industry is bigger than it has ever been. In 2022, the casino and online gambling industry raked in an estimated $249 billion, while 2023 was a record-breaking year with an estimated $540 billion. In 2023, there were over 176 million online gamblers, with 100 million of those users playing online poker. Give these players a game with the base elements of poker and no real wallet danger, and it'll blow up. Balatro was nominated for the Game Awards 2024 Game of the Year, but Sony had other plans. And the fourth big reason why I feel like Balatro is so addicting is because it's everywhere. Balatro's original release on PC and consoles, PS4 and 5, Xbox One and Series XS, and Switch, was on February 20th, 2024. 1 week later, macOS got a port. Eventually, and this is the deal breaker, the game launched on mobile for both Android and iOS on September 26, 2024. It was at this point when I first came across the game. Half a year later, Balatro is number 2 on both Google Play's and iPhone's App Store's top paid charts, right after Minecraft. If you look at any social media talking about Balatro, there are jokes abound about it being a productivity killer. Putting such a great and addictive game in the pockets of millions was a dangerous move, but I'm so grateful to be able to play this game on the go. In summary, Balatro is an amazing indie game that wasn't on a lot of people's radar until it was nominated for the Game Awards 2024 Game of the Year. On a lot of people's lists, it was the runner-up. This game is so addicting because of its roguelike nature and ability to play it on your phone. This game definitely takes the crown from Microsoft Solitaire for spending precious productivity hours at work. Balatro is available everywhere you play games and on Xbox Game Pass and Apple Arcade. Buy it for $10 on mobile or $15 on PC, Mac, and consoles. Well guys, I hope you liked my little deeper dive into a video game. Just giving it a shot here. I feel like I speed ran this video and recording, so this probably isn't going to be too long of a watch for y'all, but I hope you like it. Until next time, peace.